Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our student training series presentation for today. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm one of our specialists on our training and support team here at Hawks Learning, and I am excited to show you a little bit deeper look into our student version of English Composition 2nd edition as an example of an English course that you might be taking through Hawks Learning. So my goal for today is I can show you around so you can become more comfortable with the platform and are ready for success in your course overall. I want to thank you all for coming today. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to cover everything from how to get support from within Hawks to how to access your materials and the basics of navigating the platform and completing your assignments. I'll be reserving some time at the end to go through any questions you may have. So feel free to chat those into the Q&A box, and I'll check that at the end to answer any questions you might have. So now we'll go ahead and get started. So I'll go ahead and take a look now at our student account for Hawks Learning, which is going to be found under learn.hawkslearning.com. And right now I am on the student dashboard. Now you might be wondering, well, how do I even access the student dashboard, Elizabeth? Well, I'm happy to show you how. So it will depend a little bit on what your school prefers. If you use an LMS like Canvas or Blackboard, you might be able to click on a single sign-on link through your LMS. And from there, you'll essentially bypass the account creation process and you'll be able to add your course straight from the dashboard. Now, if you are not using an LMS like Canvas, Blackboard, D2L, Brightspace, or Moodle in your Hawks course, you can just go ahead and go directly to our website that your student account is found on, learn.hawkslearning.com. And from there, you can go ahead and you'll see this login screen, and you'll go ahead and create an account first for the first time if you haven't used the Hawks Learning product before. If you've used a Hawks Learning course before, maybe for like another math course or another English course, you could log in using the same information as before. So for now, I'll pretend like we are a new student. So I'll create an account, and I am brought to my account creation form with just a few brief questions so we can set you up for your account. So we'll ask you for the first name, the last name, your email, and you probably want to put in your school email if you'd like there. Some schools will require that you put in your school email, but others you can put in your Gmail. So just check on that with your school's preference. And you can go ahead and create a password right here with those security questions like you typically do for online registrations. So once you fill that out, you'll be able to go ahead and submit, and you'll receive an email verification. So that way you can confirm those credentials that you just put in, and you'll be able to log in here on the login page, just as I am here, with your username as your email and then the password you just created. So now I'm going to hop right back over into my account that I'm already logged into, so that way you can see what it looks like. So I am here at what we call the student dashboard. This is the home page, and you'll always be able to access it from any time by clicking on the dashboard link. Any courses that you have registered through Hawks will appear here on this page. But for you as a new student, it might be blank when you first register through our online account, because you'll actually need to add your specific course. To do that, you'll go to this Add Course option right here. And once you click on this, you'll see that you can fill out your school, your product, which is the textbook, and then your instructor. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. I'll do a version of this as well. I'll say that I'm going into, I'll say Foundations of English, since we're working with English products today. And then I'll choose my instructor. I'll choose Jennifer O'Brien, and then I need to choose my section. So from here, I'll be brought up with an Add Course pop-up, and you have a few different ways you can activate your course. So if you want to purchase directly through our website, you would be able to click on this link here, and you could just purchase online right from this page. Or if you purchase through a bookstore, you could take the license number that you received with that bookstore purchase and type it in here to activate your textbook and course product. Or if you're still waiting on financial aid to kick in, or if the first day has already come and you need to go ahead and register right away if that financial aid is still coming through, you can go ahead and request temporary access. And this will allow you to temporarily work within your course until you have those funds or until you are ready to activate your course by doing one of the two purchase options that I just mentioned. So that is another option for you. I hope that can help you out, since we know that financial aid sometimes doesn't all come right when you need it for that first day of class. So I will exit out of this here and go back to my dashboard page where we just came from. So here now I have an English composition course here. If you were taking more than one Hawks course, all courses would appear on the home page. And right here from the dashboard homepage, you can click directly in to homework lessons and assignments that your instructors have assigned. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and point out some helpful things here at the top of the page. I mentioned a link to the dashboard homepage right here at dashboard, but the option next to this and the options along the top header are available through you no matter what page you are on the student account. So if you need to check your grades for your Hawks Learning assignments and lessons, you can check the grades tab here. And then you always have a link to the ebook version of your textbook here as well. The next feature you might use depending on if your instructor wants you to. This is called discussions. And with discussions, you can choose to participate in a discussion board if an instructor has set that up for you all, or live chat, which I've seen mostly instructors use this for virtual office hours, so that might be something they assign. Over to the right are some settings more specific to you as a student. This one is our notifications area, so you can see kind of how it mimics social media a little bit with that bell, and then the number of assignments that are due and priority. So I can see some items that are overdue even, and some items that are due today. So that's popping up right there as an extra reminder for you all. And then there is also a link to the messaging system from within Hawks. So you can message your instructors through our messaging system as well. And in fact, I'll touch on that a little more later. Underneath the name here, this will display your student name, not mine. And underneath the drop down, you'll be able to find settings. But there also are a few other helpful things I love to point out for students that I think are especially helpful. For example, we have a link right here to live support you can receive from within Hawks. So whether you need technical support or just need help navigating through your course or have any questions, then feel free to reach out to us. We are here to help. That is what I specialize in here at my team and my position. So I'm happy to help any way I can. And so is the rest of our training and support team. We have live chat 24/7. So you can always use that chat, and it is run by real people. So you are still communicating with a real person, and that is 24/7. So any hour of the day that you need help, you can receive it. We also do provide phone hours as well. So our phone hours run from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So those hours are in Eastern time. And we also do some additional hours on Sundays at the beginning of the school year right now. So we have some extra Sunday hours going on as well. And that is a dedicated support line. So that is where you can receive support here. And that does not have an automated system either. That is directly available for support for you. And now another thing that we would love to hear back from you is some feedback. So we are always taking that student perspective into consideration heavily, because we want to have a product and textbook and courseware that truly is meeting your needs and is helping you prepare overall in your course. So you are more than welcome to give feedback. And in fact, if you give it, you can be entered to win gift cards. So that is another option for you, especially so that way you can get it, have a chance to win some of those gift cards as well. All right, so I'll exit out of that now, and I'll go ahead and bring us back here to our dashboard homepage with all of the courses linked. So today we're going to be taking a closer look at our English Composition 2nd edition courseware. And so from here, like I mentioned before, you can click on individual homework links right from here within this homepage. And right now it is already divided up on what is overdue, what is due today, due within a week, and due later. So you can access this right here from the first page that you log in to make it a little bit easier for you. But you also have the option to go ahead and view the course or click on the course textbook to bring us to the view course screen. And this will show you a to-do list in an instructor recommended order. of the assignments that you need to complete. So there are a few different ways you can sort this to your benefit. And your instructors can also modify these headers. So that is something that might be slightly different for you depending on what your instructor sets up. But it's just a helpful way to kind of organize the priority of what you need to do in your course. Now, the to-do list page is essentially going to be kind of the headquarters for your course. So you'll see assignments here through Hawks, and your instructor might choose to put in other types of assignments as well, maybe paper and pencil, maybe something else. They are able to put that here as well for you. So that way you can see all types of assignments on one page. We also have extra tabs here as well to divide some of those other resources. So we have our homework lessons under lessons, our web tests, which are instructor created tests or quizzes are here. And then our smart review, which is that writing submission piece. So if you needed to turn in an essay for your course, you could do that with a smart review assignment. So that can all be found here on the course page. And we also have a link to materials as well. So if your instructor uploads some other resources for you, maybe even the course syllabus, you might be able to find that under materials, depending on what your instructor sets up. So from here, I'll go ahead and take an opportunity to take a look at these different types of assignments you might have within Hawks. The most popular probably being those homework assignments. So I'll pop into that first so that way you can take a look. So I'll drop into 8.6 professional writing today. And just by clicking on that homework link, I've landed on my homework homepage, which shows those 3 different modes of the homework piece. So when you land here, all of your Hawks homework lessons will look this way, showing these 3 modes of learn, practice, and certify. And these are designed to follow a natural learning path where learn, you're exposed to the textbook content, then you can practice, and then certify is the credit level piece that you'll submit to your instructor for credit. And there is a mastery level set here that you are expected to reach as a student. But trust me, we are here to help you along the way, which is why we have that practice mode included as well. So I'll go ahead and show you what these look like and how they flow together naturally as well. So the best place to get started is number 1, learn. It's really easy. I just have to click on start here and get started. So once I click on start, I'm going to open up and I see I have a color-coded header here. So it's easy for me to see which mode of the homework I am working in. And I can see from here that I have my objectives for the lesson, and then I'm diving straight into that textbook content. Now, I like to say that this is multimedia because we have extras here for you as well as you are navigating through the content. For example, we do have videos available for you, such as this lesson level video for professional writing, taking just a moment to load, but there it is here. So that might be a great extra tool. I know sometimes we learn better through listening rather than reading. So if that sounds like you, this video might be beneficial for you in learning this content. You can also easily navigate throughout the textbook content through the pages here. It's essentially like a table of contents. Now I'll go ahead and work through this so that way I can show you what this textbook, what the learn pages and the textbook content looks like briefly. So the great thing first that I want to point out is that instead of searching for the whole ebook, you are just working with the content for this actual lesson 8.6. So it's kind of saving you a little bit of extra time there. You're not having to search. There's even things you can do. You can, of course, as you wish, or if you want to, you can go ahead and like type in and check your understanding throughout the textbook content through Learn. We try to provide helpful hints here for you too on those important concepts. And we try to provide relatable situations, scenarios, and examples for you, such as you can see here, we have parts of an email, and we also have more helpful hints. There are group activities as well, so this might be something else you have assigned to you in your course, or your instructor might choose to pull this out as another assignment. And you can see here that we even have options for instructors to add in their own notes. So your instructors might post other notes or resources or links or videos within the textbook content as well if they want to. We have on your own activities, so you can check yourself for understanding. This one is asking me which subject line would be strongest in an email. So I can click and check my answer and I got it correct. And so I can navigate through. I have links to other lessons throughout the textbook content. I have situation scenarios that show me how important it is to learn this. For example, this one talks about addressing professional emails. That's something I still have to do post-college. So we try to put in those helpful things that are relatable to you as a student. And so I'll go ahead and show you a few others, such as further resources. So we have some resume writing tips in this lesson and some example resumes for you to look over as well. So I'll go ahead and move on now to those last pages of this particular lesson. We have another on your own, some reflection questions as well that your instructors might choose to use. And finally, we are nearing the end of this particular lesson, and each lesson will end with a lesson wrap-up. So we have some writing prompts that your instructors might choose to use, and then we have key terms that can kind of help you review those terms that you just learned. Another great way to check for understanding here on this last lesson wrap-up. And then last but not least, we provide that real-world writing application example. So here is an example resume for you. And with your purchase, with most schools, you do receive lifetime access to your courseware. So you can come back and look at these example resumes in the future, as well as you are furthering yourself in your career post-college. All right, so we'll go ahead now and jump straight into the next mode of homework, which is going to be practice. So I can be naturally directed or exit and come out back to this home page. And then I can go to number 2, practice. And practice is just like it suggests. This is truly practice for you. We want you to be exposed to the types of questions that include the content that you just learned in Learn mode. So for example, I see a new colored header. I know I'm in practice. I have questions and answer choices in front of me. I can also have a sneak peek of what is to come in the credit level piece. So I can see how many questions I will be expected to answer later. And I can see how many I have correct and then how many are incorrect over here with the progression bar growing as I continue on through the questions. So it's designed to show you what's to come next in the certified mode. But you have some extras here to further customize this practice experience for you. So for example, we have different types of questions. And so you can choose to work on the same type of question over and over again if you know it's something you need extra help with. So for example, if I know that this professional writing example is something I need to work on again, I can try similar, and I have a new question with different answer choices, but it's still the objective is professional writing. So a great way to kind of practice again and make yourself more familiar with the concepts that you will probably be answering in certified mode coming up. So you can also choose to skip through questions if you know that this is a question in reverse that you know that you've mastered and you want to move on this and spend your practice time working on more difficult problems for you. You could choose to skip, and I have a new type of question that I can work through now. And this one is not multiple choice. This is actually a click to select one. So some of your questions, you'll have to choose a sentence in the text as an answer. So I'll skip through and show you another type of question, which will be select all that apply. So this one, similar to multiple choice, but it might have more than one answer. And we have another select all that apply here, and then another click to select. So I'll answer this one so that way you can see what that looks like to answer a question. This particular this professional writing question is asking about checking on the sentence in this text that is that needs revision. So I can see it here, and I can also see it down here and click the sentence I think should be edited. So I'll click, and then I will press submit answer, and then I will see if I am correct or incorrect. Now on this example, my answer was incorrect. Now, what is really great though, even about being incorrect when you're in practice mode, is that you can actually go to explain error and you can see exactly why you're wrong. So rather than just knowing I'm wrong, you can take a look here at why you were wrong. So we truly think this is helpful for you because instead of making that same mistake over and over again and never learning exactly why you're wrong, you can hopefully, stop that here and be able to work more efficiently in the future. So I can see here that my answer is incorrect, and then it is telling me why it is incorrect, and then giving me pointing me in the direction of how I can learn from this to answer correctly in the future. From there, I can choose to go to hint if I would like, and open up some of our other tutor features, which are available within practice mode. So I could take a look at the hint here to kind of remind myself of what the question is asking and what I need to look into. And I can also access that learn content, those textbook pages and videos, straight from here within practice mode as well, if I need to go back and rewatch or reread something. And then, of course, if you still are stuck and need to view that solution, just so you can visually see what the correct revision would look like, you could view that from here within tutor mode. So I'll go back into practice. And so once again, I see my answer. This could be a great example of try similar. I could try a similar type of question here again, or I could choose to skip on to a new question as well. Now from here, I'm going to pretend this time like I am a student who just really has no clue how to get started. We've all been there. I know I was there in college as well. And so I just really need some help on how to even answer this question. So I can go down to tutor mode. This is available for you even before you answer a question. So I could go to tutor and I could take a look at my hint here and that learn content again. So those tutor features are available before you get a question wrong as well. So I'll go back into practice now. And now that I've shown you a little bit more about how practice prepares you for Certify, I'll go ahead and exit now so you can see what Certify looks like. So I'll exit without saving, although you might choose to save and exit when you are working through practice as a student. So last but not least, we'll move on into Certify here. I'll press start and you'll be able to see from within Certify that it will look very similar to practice. We do have a new colored header, but I'm seeing the same number of questions, similar question types, and I can also see how many I am getting correct in that progression bar. There are a few key differences though. There is no more tutor option for you. And if I get this question wrong, there is not going to be explain error anymore. And that is actually done for a reason. So we did take away those learning aids, but remember, practice is always there for you. You can skip, try similar, you can work through as many problems as you need to in practice mode with those learning aids so you can learn and prepare yourself for Certify. But we want you to not have those aids here on this piece of the homework lesson. So that way you are fully actually prepared. You're demonstrating that authentic mastery and you are prepared for the writing assignments and any other, if you have any tests or quizzes, but especially those writing assignments in your course. So that way you're prepared for that and for your upcoming courses in your college career and even in your professional career as well. So that way you can show how you have learned the content that has been presented to you so far. But remember, practice is always there for you as well to customize to your needs. Now, the other difference here on this page is the heart over here in the corner. So this always reminds me of a video game with essentially how many lives you have left. So this particular lesson has a mastery level of 80%. That was on the page we just came from. It said mastery 80%. So with a mastery level of 80% in 10 questions, I can only get 2 wrong and have a chance at achieving mastery for this attempt. So if I miss more than 2, it's not going to be game over. However, if I miss more than 2, I will just jump back into practice mode, but with a customized set of questions on the questions I was getting wrong in Certify. So that way you can practice exactly where you need it, and you can come back to Certify and make that additional attempt. In fact, we know that you as a student, I'm a former teacher myself, I know that you all learn at different paces and need different aids and have different ways of learning. So you can spend as long as you need to in practice, and you can come to Certify and you can make as many attempts as you need to reach mastery. But the best news I've been saving for last. Once you achieve mastery on your Certify assignment, you receive full 100% credit. So even if you reach that only an 80%, you're still getting 100 for your homework lesson. And that is truly what we're doing to reward you for demonstrating that authentic mastery and taking that time to work through and answer these questions and practice where you need to. So you will receive that full credit. It's a great way to boost the grade overall in your course as well. So I definitely encourage you to take advantage of that and work through these homework lessons so you can get that 100% full credit grade for your homework lessons in your course. So once you have reached mastery level from within Certify, You, of course, can, save and submit to your instructor, and you can exit as well. So I'll go ahead and exit without saving since I'm just presenting it today. So I'm back here where I came from with our homework piece and the 3 modes. I hope you have a little bit better understanding of how these work together. But of course, feel free to type in any questions you might have in the Q&A and I'll answer them at the end. Now I'll go ahead now and jump in and show you just very briefly a few more features that might be helpful to you in your course. Your instructors may, of course, choose to assign web tests, which are tests and quizzes they can create and assign. But I want to point out for you as a student, you can even create your own practice web test. So if your English instructor does choose to do some type of exam or some type of question-based assessment, you are more than welcome to create your own practice test from within our platform. It just takes a few seconds. You just choose the chapters or the lessons. You can choose multiple as well that you'd like to add to, and choose the number of questions that you'd want to put on the practice test. You can set a time limit as well, and you can just choose to start and you'll have a practice test that is created for you that you can work through. It's a great way to have an extra study guide for your class, and this is truly something I wish I had in my courses in college, so that way I could study very easily without spending a lot of time preparing a study guide for myself. And I can get that results right back from that test and see what areas I need the most help in right there provided for me. Now for you, although in your English course, it is more likely you might have some smart review assignments, which are the writing submission pieces. So your instructor may choose to do this so that way you can upload any kind of essays to your instructor, or maybe even other types of writing submission. Maybe it's just a paragraph or just doing a response to a video. Any type of writing response an instructor can assign through Smart Review. Now they might also, it's up to your instructor, but they can choose to make an assignment peer review as well. And so with peer review, that's why I can see 2 different assignments here for one paper. I can upload my writing assignment here with the upload, and then I can choose to review with the peer review assignment here. So that is where I can anonymously view another student in my course or in my class's paper, and I can use a rubric that my instructor creates and edit, make tags and comments, label the type of grammatical errors that are there. So that is something your instructor might choose to do. So the important thing to remember is that with Smart Review, you can upload writing assignments and essays here. You can do it with Microsoft Word by uploading documents, or you can type directly into the text box that we have provided from within Smart Review. So you can do that here, and then your instructor might have you peer review as well with this feature. All right, so I'll go ahead and go back on in over to my dashboard, and I'll go right back where we started from at the beginning of this presentation today. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to take a look at that Q&A. But before I do that, I just wanted once again to wish you all a wonderful fall semester ahead. I do hope that this overview helped you become a little bit more comfortable and familiar with Hawks Learning and our textbook and courseware today. And I have, saved a little bit of time here to answer any questions you have. So I'm going to go ahead and check that Q&A box, now to answer those questions. If you don't have any questions, you are more than free to go. And thank you again for your time today. Bye. All right, so I'll go ahead and check the Q&A now. So far, I don't have any questions, but if anyone has any, feel free to type them in. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. No questions, but thank you for your time. You're very welcome. I am so happy to help. I used to be a teacher myself, and I loved working with other teachers as well, and that's what led me here to Hawks. We support our instructors, but it's so nice to support students too, because it brings me back to my teacher roots. So I'm more than happy to help. All right, I'll stick around for another minute or 2 if you have any other questions. But other than that, I think we are nearly done. All right, sounds like we are all done. Thank you all again and have a wonderful day.